Hi there. Let's talk about 13 skills that will always make you valuable, regardless of the industry you are in. Whether you are working a job or having your own business, these 13 skills will always make you valuable. Gone is a time when hard skills were the only much sought after skills. Nowadays, a ton of soft skills go a long way in ensuring maximum output and people improve their value. You are all much welcomed. My name is Afagza Sifuna. Having said that, the very number one skill is communication. Communication is the ultimate multiplier. Your ability to write clearly, to speak clearly, and to break down the most complex of ideas to simple ideas which everyone understands, everyone can act upon, really goes a long way to ensure that you are valuable and you succeed. That is why communication is the ultimate multiplier. Master communication, how you pass across your points, how you relate with people, how you argue, all these are anchored on communication. If you can master communication, that is the ultimate multiplier to getting you to wealth, to getting you to building relationship and anything else out there. Okay? And then the second skill, which is very valuable, is critical thinking. Basically put, your ability to question, your ability to analyze different scenarios or different problems out there, and your ability to solve those problems. If you can master critical thinking, you're gonna be way ahead of the pack, because your ability to question, your ability to analyze and solve problems is gonna go a long way to ensure that you are valuable and you improve your perceived value. Master critical thinking and you're gonna be able to see your career or even so your business improve. And then the third skill, which is very valuable, is adaptability. Your ability to adapt goes a long way to ensure that you are valuable. We are in an era where flexibility is more important than you being right. Yes, you heard me correctly. Flexibility is more important than you saying you are right. And I'm saying so because out here, industries are changing, sectors are changing, tech is really influencing how things are happening. You don't need to stay stuck in your old way of doing things just because that is your comfort zone. Adapt, and your ability to adapt, your ability to be flexible is going to really be valued and rewarded by the market. Guys, you staying stuck in your old ways of doing things is the easiest way of you falling out of favor with the market or even your employer. Keep learning, adapt, implement, and the flexibility is going to really go a long way for you to be able to improve your value. And then related to that, the fourth skill, which is going to always ensure you are valuable, is learning how to learn. Yes, learning is one thing, but learning how to learn is another thing. And this is linked to metacognition. Your ability to learn, your ability to adopt new skills into what you're doing. This goes a long way. Of course, the goal is to adopt new skills into what you're doing, but then again, how fast can you learn? Which techniques are you using to learn? Are you retaining what you're learning? Is what you are learning useful in actually translating to you implementing that? You learning how to learn is very important. And more so, learning how to learn in this era where there is too much flow of information, where there is a ton of technology enablers, is going to assist you be able to stand from the pack, to be more valuable, because you are really learning very fast compared to the population out there. And then you're going to be implementing that into your job or even your business for you to see better prospects. And then the fifth skill, which is very important, is emotional intelligence. Basically, you understanding people is really the anchoring thing which is at the center of influence, leadership, you name it. All these are anchored in understanding people. Emotional intelligence is basically you understanding people. That's why you hear, for example, people out there tell you, read the room, improve your ability to read the room. Read the room to relate to people better. Read the room to make informed decisions. All this is anchored in emotional intelligence and the ability you have to understand people. That's the only way you can influence people, because you can't influence or you can't manage what you don't understand. Most people out there used to think that you need to go and master hard skills around leadership and then you're going to come be a very good leader. That is not the case, because even leadership is adaptability to context, which is basically understanding people. Then once you understand people, whichever skills or techniques you have, you can apply them, and that is going to assist you be a better leader, be a better influencer. Okay? And then the sixth skill, which is going to ensure you are valuable, is digital literacy. Basically put, invest in understanding and learning technology. Of course, you don't need to be the most top techie out there. For example, the most insane programmer, the person who codes in languages even never discovered before. But basically put, you need to understand what is happening in the tech space. We're talking about the era of AI, big data, and thinking about how problems could be solved using different technology enablers. Learn those two, appreciate those, and you're gonna see how you can improve your value in your industry, in your job space, in the market. All these go a long way. So digital literacy is not just you seeing things happening and not partaking in them. Being very intentional about adapting tech, learning new skills in the tech space is gonna go a long way in ensuring that you succeed. And then the seventh skill, which is gonna ensure you are valuable all the time, is your ability to be creative and to solve problems. Yes, people out there talk about problem solving, but then again, your creativity when it comes to solving problems is gonna assist you be able to solve problems much faster, in a smarter way, and in a way that you are moving with the changing situations out here, because industries are changing. So your ability to master applied intelligence through creativity is going to really go a long way to set you apart from the pack. Okay? And then the eighth skill, which I believe everyone needs to learn and be good at for you to be able to increase your value, is the ability to persuade and influence. Persuasion and influence is very important. That's what people out here typically say, your ability to sell. Yes, anything we do out here is anchored on ability to sell. Your negotiation for your salary increase is anchored on your ability to sell. You speaking to a stakeholder out there and getting them to do what you want them to do is anchored in your ability to sell. Even parenting in your own household, your relating with family is anchored in your ability to sell, because at the center of it is ability to persuade and influence. Through the ability to persuade and influence and you mastering this is how you can be able to get what you want out there. You cannot get what you want if you can't persuade and you can't influence. So master the ability to persuade and influence, and you're gonna see your prospects improve. And then the ninth skill, which is very important and is gonna be valuable throughout, is time and energy management. What do I mean? We are past the era of working hard. We are in an era of working smart. So you being able to work smart and to focus is going to result into better productivity. Yes, combine both time management and energy management. You being able to work smart, you being able to focus, and you're gonna see how productive you're gonna be. You don't need to be working very hard, spending all the time working hard, and yet you can manage your time better and also manage your energy better for better productivity. Okay? And then the 10th skill, which is gonna ensure you are always valuable, is your ability to network and build relationships. Out here, opportunities come from people. Opportunities don't come from boards out there or billboards or applications you do. Opportunities come from people. And the more people out there you know who are in positions of influence, more people out there you know who are decision makers, more people out there you know who are in interesting sectors which are of interest to you, that is going to translate to you being able to access opportunities. So get time to network, get time to build relationships, and you're going to see the compounding effect over time. Be very intentional. Relationships out here are not acted upon when you have a problem. You take time to build this relationship so that even when you have a problem or when you require support, that particular engagement is going to be organic. You won't be knocking on someone's door, for example, saying, "Hi, I saw you 10 years ago. How are you? I need your favor." No, that's not how it works. Build networks and relationships organically, and you're going to see how these are going to go a long way to assist you be able to progress because you are valuable. And then the 11th skill, which is going to ensure you are always valuable, is self-awareness. A good chunk of people out here move blindly. They are engaging other people out there without them themselves really understanding who they are. You need to be very much self-aware. Basically know who you are, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know your blind spots, know the areas you need to grow on, and purpose to grow, purpose to improve. Mastering self-awareness is going to assist you know how to interact with other external entities. It's going to assist you know how to position yourself best for you to be able to become more valuable in the market or whichever sector out there. So take some time to reflect. Always reflect about what is happening in your environment, what is going on in your life, and see how you continue improving on your strengths for you to be able to continuously be valuable. Okay? And then the 12th skill, which is very important too, is the ability to execute. Out here, we have a ton of people who have ideas. We have a ton of people who talk, big talk. But then again, very few, only a small percentage is focused on execution. If you can master execution, you're going to be way ahead of the pack. And that's why sometimes you see, for example, out here, you find people who are quote unquote perceived to be dumb end up being successful. That's so because a good chunk of people out there who think are bright, or even so people have perception of them being brilliant or bright, don't really execute. They have amazing ideas in their head. They talk big talk, but then they draw the line when it comes to execution. If you can master the skill of execution, prioritize execution, you take that particular step, it's going to mean you're already ahead of the pack. You executing is going to mean you are way ahead of the pack. So all the times, champion execution and be sure you're going to be valuable. You're going to position yourself much better in the market. And then the 13th and bonus skill I want to share with you is your ability to make decisions under pressure. We are talking about industries evolving, sectors evolving out there. Your ability to make decisions or decision making under pressure is one insane valuable skill. Because if you can prove that you can make decisions under pressure, not once, not twice, not thrice, then it only means that also the opportunities which are going to be following you are those high voltage opportunities. And remember, please, the higher the risk, the higher the volatility, the higher the reward. That also means that you're going to be rewarded much better by the market because of your ability to make decisions which are good decisions under pressure. Guys, what do you think about this? I hope you've learned a number of skills which you're going to purpose to improve, to work on, so that you become more valuable in your job place, in your business, whichever other sector out there. Cheers, guys, and I look forward to share with you other amazing videos next time. If you want to engage with me one-on-one for us to bounce off ideas on anything relating to the job, to business, hit me up on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is attached down below in the description and also in the comment section. Cheers, guys, and you all stay safe.